going back like years ago, I started like a mix series called Sounds of Mayhem, and it was just like a SoundCloud mix, really, full of just like unreleased ideas from like me and like my friends, and it was kind of like a mega mix showcase in one kind of thing, and people really loved that. So I kept it going and like made three mixes. Like it was basically one every year, and then me and my manager were talking because like there was nothing in it for me. Like it was literally just a thing to like for the fans, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to my manager. He's like, how can we make this like more lucrative or like, you know? Mm-hmm. And so we're like, well, like seeing is like 90% of the music's like unreleased. Why don't we like sign the music? And you know, so they kind of started as like a joke like that. And then like from when we had that conversation to like it took a whole year for us to then actually be like, okay, let's actually do this kind of thing. FBI.
Oh, we're dead.
How was summoning? It looks fucking. I had a lot of FOMO.
Oh, yeah.
It was insane.
It was our first time at the cavern, so it was cool to see the cave and everything.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, hey.
Yeah, and I feel like I was just telling my roommate this. Every set that I saw was like 100%, like A+, I would say, from a music perspective. That's awesome. All the back-to-backs.
Yeah. It's a really cool spot out there. Like they've got something really unique going there for sure.
Have you played there before?
I did the pre-party last year.
Okay, for the first one.
For the first one, yeah, because I had a whole weekend of like shows already, and that was like a last-minute thing. They're like, "Hey, you want to do the pre-party?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah, in and out though. It's such a trek to get there.
Yeah, it sucks, but you know, once you're there, it's definitely worth it.
Definitely.
Yeah. Was it cold or was it all right?
It was pretty warm, like Thursday and Friday. But Saturday and Sunday it was raining and it was pretty cold. Like we had to go in jackets and beanies.
Whoa.
Yeah. I had to buy a hoodie from the festival.
That's how they get you, isn't it?
I know, right? It's like $80 later.
It's crazy because even like when we got there at the airport, like you could see like all the people that are going to the festival because every single person was wearing sudden death merch. Like literally, it's like such a huge cult following. It's kind of crazy.
I wonder what the locals think. Like, I wonder if they're just like terrified or like all these people in cloaks and like doing rituals and stuff.
It was funny because I think it was Sunday morning, day 3, we decided to go to a chicken place near the Artist Hotel, and we walked in and it was like 11 a.m. right? So everyone had gotten out of church and we're like in the South, and so all these nicely dressed families are there, and then you could see like Yessie and I were down bad in our sudden death merch, and then this other group of sudden death fans walked in all dripped out in like the Ghost Hardware stuff. So you literally have like the churchgoers and like the Southern families combined with the Void worshippers.
Oh my god! Yeah, it's crazy. Like I remember the only thing available when I was there it was like 2 a.m. and it was like the Waffle House and it was awful.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we went there too.
Yeah, because like I think when my flight landed it was like already midnight, and then you got to drive out there. So me and Devin Sweet Tooth, we like just found this Waffle House. We're like, we're starving, we need to eat something. And that was the only thing open. And there's like the people were like fighting there. It was amazing.
No way.
like the 2 staff members, not physically, but like they were just like abusing each other. Like,
honestly, I'm not surprised. I remember the first Waffle House I ever went to. The lady was like, "What can I get you?" And then all her front teeth were missing. And I was like,
yeah. No, the worker was yelling at the other worker at the Waffle House we were at a couple days ago.
Oh, yeah? She was.
It's probably the same people. That's probably they just, I don't know. Very on brand for Waffle House.
And then she started singing. Like she went up to the touch tunes and played a country song, and was like singing the country song for everyone, and
like super loud too. Nice. Like she had no shame.
No shame.
Like, you do you, girl.
Yeah. So we're just trying to get over whatever little tiny sickness we have now.
Oh,
At least I can feel it.
Oh God.
Yeah, like the mini wook flu.
Yeah. Hey, it's inevitable. It happens.
Do you ever get the wook flu from traveling to so many festivals and
shows? You know
shows?
what? Like, I haven't even had COVID yet.
You haven't?
No. as far as I'm aware, like I have like had zero symptoms. I haven't felt sick in like 5 years. Like I felt like slightly like run down here and there, but like never like sick. Like, so I assume
What
I
the
haven't
hell?
had it. Either
Wow.
I'm asymptomatic or just lucky. I don't know, but
your immune system is top tier.
it must be. Yeah. I mean, like, I like to think it's like all the travel, like this makes me like immune to just everything.
Yeah. Well, it's like not only traveling a lot, but also going to a lot of shows. You're exposed to pretty much everything in existence.
Meeting
probably.
a lot of people and just all planes, like so many planes. I did this calculation like the other day. I was trying to like figure out how much time I actually spent on planes. And like I did like what would be like a rough average of like how many planes I would catch a week and like how many hours that is. And I estimated it's like roughly like a month in the air every year.
Dude, every year?
Every year, like a whole month in the air. How fucked up is that?
That is fucked up.
Yeah, I what?
Like on average, like maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but like, dude, like I'm like that's a lot of time to be like.
So like 1/12 of your life for the last probably 3 to 5 years has been spent on a plane.
It's kind of.
How do you take care of yourself and everything? Like being on the road that much, I feel like.
Oh, stop! Well, not everyone has a good immune system.
Well, I don't know. Like I'm pretty bad. I need to get better at like I feel like I have no routine in my life. So then like the occasional times that I'll have like an exercise routine, it's very short lived because then my life gets thrown out of order just from like the lack of routine. It's a bit easier when I'm just at home, but like when I'm like traveling all the time, I'm just like, I don't know. Like as you know, like as you guys are now, it's like Sunday, Monday for me are just like zombie days. Like
I'm so glad you asked to switch from Monday to Tuesday when we were first scheduling this. Because I didn't even know I was going to summoning until like 2 weeks ago. And so yesterday would not have happened.
Yeah, no. I literally died.
You would have been like, no.
Yeah.
No, I felt like literally like a zombie yesterday. We got home. Well, I went to go get In-N-Out, got home, devoured my In-N-Out, fell into a food coma. And then I woke up and I was like, shit, I just slept for like almost 4 hours.
But where were you this past weekend?
I was
the hardest question.
I was like,
the other thing when it comes to touring, you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was literally going to say, I kind of remember. Friday was DC.
Okay.
I played at Soundcheck with Bainbridge as a support.
Fun.
And a bunch of other locals. It was very cool. That was a good one. And then I played at Richmond on Saturday.
Okay.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but at least they were close together and you didn't have to fly across the country and back.
We caught the train. We caught the train from DC to Richmond. Such a nice way to travel.
Mm-hmm. Consider that. Do they have trains in Australia?
Yeah. I mean, like, yes, but like more like city trains. There are like regional trains, but like, you know, cities are very, very spread apart. So like,
it's not like the Europe transportation system.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was like if you were to catch a train from like Sydney to Brisbane, that's like at least 8 hours on the train, you know, it's
not really worth it.
I mean, you can, but like most people just drive.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of people forget like Australia is like almost the same size as America.
I forget that.
So it's like literally flying from like Sydney to Perth, like which is like almost the equivalent of like flying like LA to New York kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 5-hour flight.
What is the scene like out there in Perth? Because I've always been intrigued to go check it out, but
I mean, like Australia and New Zealand are always going to be like more drum and bass. Like honestly, like the best place for drum and bass in the world is definitely New Zealand.
That's a bold statement.
Better than anywhere in Europe, promise.
We're gonna have to have the Europeans answer to that.
Yeah. I mean, Europeans fight me on it, but you know, during the pandemic, like all the like the European like drum and bass dudes just like went to New Zealand and like thrived for like everyone else was like fucked. So
Were you in Australia for the pandemic?
It was like half. Like I spent most of the year in America. And then by November, Australia was starting to like open up again.
Okay.
And so my manager was like, well, you're not doing anything there, so you may as well come back to Australia and like do some work. So I'm like, yeah. So I went back. What I thought was only going to be like 2 or 3 months ended up being like almost 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
So, yeah, because like it was like I was lucky because they were only letting in citizens.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back and then got like a bunch of shows, and then more and more stuff kept opening. So I was like, well, more and more opportunity for gigs and stuff. And then New Zealand opened, so then I went to New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
they did a pretty good job at controlling the pandemic.
For the most part, until Dimension brought the virus into the country.
Oh no,
Dimension, that's right.
Patient Zero.
He was on the news and everything. It was brilliant.
He was on the news.
Yeah, bringing COVID into New Zealand.
Hey, free marketing. Just kidding.
Yeah. Any press is good press, right?
I guess, right?
Nice.
Are you going back there for the holidays?
So I just got my green card approved, which means I'm becoming American, and I can't leave the country until I get my green card in my little paws, and that can take up to a year.
Okay. Yeah, I know they're so backed up right now with like passport control and all that.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I live here, so it's fine. You know, all my work's here. But there's a chance I won't be able to travel internationally until August.
Oh wow!
Next year,
It's a long time.
But my lawyer thinks it should be done by like May.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. So
maybe February. We'll see.
Oh yeah, manifest it.
That'd be cool. But yeah, I'm not. Not hoping for anything. Just see what happens, I guess.
I mean, what's meant to be will be.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Well, Yessie got global entry really quickly when we entered America from Curacao a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just gave the passport to customs, and she was like, "Are you trying to apply for global entry?" And for some reason, I thought that was kind of an odd question. I was like, "Yeah."
Sure.
Like,
well, because you did.
I was like, "I'm conditionally approved, but I have an interview at DIA in December because they were still backed up." And they were like, "Oh, well, there's an office right down there, and you can just sign your name, and you can be in and out in 10 to 30 minutes." I was like, "What? Okay, sign me up."
Yeah.
The problem is for me is like you have to be like a citizen to get that done. Like I can't get that still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sucks. And I can't get a pre-check either.
Oh, bummer. But you can get clear.
I've got clear, yeah. Fucking great. Like, yeah. It does help sometimes. But
not like at DIA.
Yeah, I was about to say, not like it does anything at DIA.
True, that's very true. That place is
so
magic. That place is so fucking weird.
Do you have to relinquish your Aussie passport to get US citizenship?
No, you can do dual.
Okay.
I think if like America doesn't like it if you have more than dual.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't really. I mean, some people do, but like they don't really like it.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
Yeah, like dual's fine. Dual's fine.
Yeah,
so like
gotcha.
But like I have to have held the green card for 5 years before I can apply for citizenship.
Okay. And then like since we're on the topic of this, like how long ago did you get your US visa?
Well, I've done 3 already, and they last 3 years, but 2016, so it's been 7 years.
Okay.
So,
what advice do you have for like upcoming artists who are looking to get their American visas?
Man. It's a whole thing. Like I know you guys know a lot of people that have been through the same thing, like all the European boys as well. And I don't know, it's pay a press person to like go and get you like a whole lot of press, because they, you kind of need to supply them like, I think it's a minimum of like 30 articles written on it.
30?
It's even more for the green card. It's even more for like other visas, but like
from different outlets or
yeah. So whenever you have a release, like get your manager or even yourself to just like pay like a PR person, like go out there and like get as many as possible.
Just go to town on that.
Yeah. I mean, it's you got to pay for it, but like in the long run, it's it's worth it, because getting the visa is not easy.
Oh no! Isn't it expensive too?
Yeah, it's like I think like US dollars, it's like $6,000 a pop.
Good God!
And then you've got to renew that every 3 years. Like,
yeah.
It's
worth it though.
And then,
not ideal, but yeah, it's definitely worth it. Like,
But then once you get out here, then you have to pay for flights, hotel, all of that. it's part of it.
That's standard though. Yeah.
You'll gladly pay for that.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Well, last time I saw you in person was at Lost Lands. And
Yes.
how did you like going back to back with Funkcase?
It was great. Yeah. We were supposed to do like a trial run of the back to back at we were supposed to be doing the bass track thing in Arizona.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Decision. So we had that originally scheduled, but then that got postponed because of some weather. So then we that was the week after Lost Lands, and then Funkcase couldn't make that because he had to fly back to the UK.
Mm-hmm.
We only got to do one back to back, but I ended up doing a back to back with Company for the bass track thing.
Oh yeah, I saw the photos of that on your Insta.
That's good. Yeah, it was good. It was also our first time doing a back to back. I mean, we've done like fun back to backs, but we'd never done like a proper like scheduled back to back.
Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot more artists are getting booked for like new types of back to backs. Like, didn't Amorphic and Muerte went back to back at that show?
I think they've done a bunch of those this year. I think.
Okay,
there's been so many back to backs. Like every lineup I see now, it's just like looking at the back to back.
Yeah, it's a good way to get more artists on the lineup.
Yeah, totally.
And I feel like the fans love it. I don't know. I think the fans love it more than the artists.
Yeah,
I'm very much an advocate for like solo sets, but like I'll happily do a back to back here and there.
Is it usually the promoter who's like, "Hey, I want you to go back to back with this person. Are you down?" Or does your team propose that?
Yeah. I mean, like some people would propose like, you want to go back to back with this person, or sometimes they'll ask, give us a list of like people you want to go back to back with.
Okay. Yeah,
makes sense. Is there like an artist, like a big artist that you would die to go back to back with?
I don't know. That's a tough one. Big artists. I mean, it's like it would never happen, but like I feel like a sudden death could be cool, but like I feel like he never really does back to backs that often. But yeah, if I had to choose someone, but still solo set over anything.
Wait, do you guys have any tunes together?
Me and Danny?
No. You don't think you have to have songs with the artists you go back to back with?
I think it probably helps, like, because you can make like edits or like VIPs or whatever of the tune, because like assuming the crowd knows what it is, they'll be like, oh yeah, they've done that thing and they're on stage together. And
yeah. Nah, his set was cracked this weekend. There were like rumors going around summoning that he was going to light himself on fire on stage and stuff.
Did he do the floating thing again, or
he didn't levitate?
Wow.
Mm-hmm. But there were still a lot of illegal activities, especially in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, did you see that video we posted of like those guys like blowing the fire and shit?
Oh, in the crowd?
In the crowd, dude.
I saw some guy getting his hair shaved in the crowd or something like that.
I saw that one too.
What the hell?
Oh my God, they tagged us in that video.
Oh yeah. No, people were being really mean in the main stage pits. Like I jumped in, I almost twisted my ankle. And then Yax got hit and I looked back and there was blood all over his face.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like people were not playing.
Wow.
Yeah. And then our friend got punched in the face too, like really bad. And his jaw was like all swollen.
People were out for blood this weekend. Apparently.
They were summoning the eclipse.
Apparently there was an eclipse, but I think it was in like Portland or something.
Yeah, I think it was also like at 12:45 or something. We looked out our hotel window and we didn't see anything.
Oh really? Yeah. It's kind of creepy that happened like the same weekend.
I know. It makes me wonder if his team like knew that the eclipse was coming up like 2 years ago or whatever when they founded the festival and like planned it out like that.
I mean, I don't know.
I will have to ask them.
Or maybe they actually summoned the eclipse. Let's go with that.
Yeah, let's be real.
I believe that. Yeah. So how many people did you arrest this weekend?
Too many to count.
Really?
Way too many. There were a lot of felonies going on this weekend. Just couldn't keep up with it.
Who did the worst thing?
Squishy was eating his boogers.
That guy.
He was being a menace.
He was being a menace. Oh my God. And the silent disco. He played the silent disco and it was just nonstop spin backs, like just every like 5 or 10 minutes. And it came to a point where I was like, okay, I don't mind spin backs, but like this is just getting a little out of hand, you guys. Everyone's just really fucked up on stage right now.
That's definitely a citation.
Oh yeah.
Too
Well,
many
you can
words.
only
It's a
cite
felony.
someone. You can only cite someone so many times too.
I guess. But like, what's your guys' equivalent of like jail? What happens to someone if they have to get put away for life?
Well, I mean, we've joked about just handcuffing someone and then not
And just
unlocking them for the
my
whole
God.
festival, or like an artist. Yeah. So they have to go before their set and then they go on stage and they have to play like that.
Like backwards, like behind.
Oh, yeah. Or that way.
Yeah.
That would be so mean if we did that to someone. I feel like then the promoter would get involved.
That would, I mean, it'd be some good content though.
Well, and so we're helping the Dub Hub guys throw the Dub Station Massacre event happening in Chicago.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how they want to get us an actual jail cell for the event.
That'd be fucking sick.
That would be hilarious.
How would you get that? I think you should get one of those like child like playpens and like
that would fly it around the country.
Yeah. I feel like they could probably like fold up into like a suitcase maybe.
Yeah,
check it. Check it.
It's a stroller at the airport.
It's just like one of those baby doors. I have like the little thing.
Like you're on timeout. Go.
I like that.
Dude, what if we got a DUBSTEP FBI branded one where it's like black and yellow? That'd be sick.
That would be actually pretty hilarious.
I'm sure Amazon has something like that, like surely.
I know, right? I'm sure we could find a vendor to make that for us. No problem.
Goes on Amazon right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're purchasing this now as we're speaking.
Well,
and then our latest thing is giving out citations to people for being too drunk.
I mean, that is illegal in some places. So
yeah. So that's a thing. Ian, shout out to Ian. He took his pants off in the pit. So that was a citation.
Did he have undies on at least?
Yeah, he did, thankfully.
Yeah.
Or else we actually did arrest him for that. But
yeah, that sounds like an arrest.
But we would have put him away if we had a jail cell. Mm-hmm. So
yeah.
So lots of illegal activities, like we said, but we made it out alive. So that's all that matters.
Lucky you guys were there. Otherwise, there would have been just people running around like rampant,
criminals.
Yeah.
No.
Headaches.
No law and order.
Oh my God. No, Headaches was like one of the top sets, at least for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like there were a lot of great sets, but Headaches, that US festival debut, my God, like just
he's
unreal.
He's awesome.
Like
I would have that would have been my favorite set probably if I was there. I was actually like on Sunday when I was like coming back home, I was like had so much FOMO that I was like looking up flights to like to Nashville because I was like and like there was one flight that could have got me there at like 7 p.m. in Nashville, but then I'm like, everyone's going to be there. I've got to get a car and like
it's like an hour and a half to get there. From
so I was like, by the time I actually get there, it's going to be finishing.
Damn, too bad you couldn't have just left. Where were you, Virginia?
I was in but I had to like lay over in Charlotte and like the whole thing. But I could have got there, but it would have been very, very late.
Well, what upcoming festivals do you have? Are you playing Apocalypse?
No. What do I have? I feel like I'm mostly done with festivals for the year. I think.
I feel like festival season's kind of wrapping up.
Yeah. I mean, I did a bunch.
Because you were at FK, Lost Lands, Toxic Summer.
Yeah. I think the rest are just like finish off my tour. It's just like headline shows, and I'm doing like 1 or 2 supports for Nightmare on his tour as well.
Sick!
Hell yeah!
Are you gonna go back to back with him?
No, it's just like direct support for him. Whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm doing Seattle and Chicago.
Oh, the WAMU show.
Yeah.
That's
nice.
amazing.
What's been one of your most memorable shows so far on the tour?
On this tour?
Mm-hmm.
Good question. I feel like my favorite one's probably coming up. I'm doing the Observatory in OC.
Okay,
that's a good venue.
It's a good lineup. So we've got Ivory. Virus Syndicate. They're coming over from the UK.
Yes. Oh my God, we're gonna meet them at Dub Station. Super excited.
Oh really? That's sick. Yeah, they're really good dudes.
Plus, like that's in LA, right, or Orange County?
Yeah, it's like 40 minutes south.
Yeah, I feel like the LA crowds always show up for dubstep.
Yeah, I mean, I've never done an OC show. I've done so many shows in like LA and like and like all the Insomniac festivals and stuff, but like never like in the OC. So I'm like,
Ooh.
well, see what happens.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick.
Yeah, and I'm excited for that one.
Well, we have a lot of submitted questions, but before we jump into that, we have a topic of interest, and I think everyone listening is going to be really curious. So we talked briefly about this at FK, but how was it coming up with the idea for your new label, Sounds of Mayhem? Because you guys have been really successful right out the gate, and so I feel like people would be curious how that started.
So going back like years ago, I started like a mix series called Sounds of Mayhem. And it was just like a SoundCloud mix, really, full of just like unreleased ideas from like me and like my friends. And it was kind of like a mega mix showcase in one kind of thing. And people really loved that. So I kept it going and like made three mixes. Like it was basically one every year. And then me and my manager were talking, because like there was nothing in it for me. Like it was literally just a thing to like for the fans, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to my manager. He's like, how can we make this like more lucrative or like, you know? Mm-hmm. And so we're like, well, like seeing as like 90% of the music's like unreleased, why don't we like sign the music? And you know, so they kind of started as like a joke like that. And then like from when we had that conversation to like, it took a whole year for us to then actually be like, okay, let's actually do this kind of thing. And then, yeah, we started talking to lawyers and like,
as you have to with the label.
Yeah, setting up the business and like calling everyone we know, like asking for advice. Like, we had like the Never Say Die team like help us set everything up. To Tom and Maria, they literally gave us everything like we needed to like get this on the road, and we had like Maria like working with us for the first like couple of months, doing a lot of stuff and teaching us like the ways. And then we just launched with the compilation. And
that was sick.
Yeah. And we might be doing another one in the before the end of the year, maybe.
Wink wink.
Wink wink, yeah. But yeah, it's like we're not trying to bombard people with like content. It's just like essentially like monthly releases. And you know,
just giving up and coming artists like a platform.
Yeah, and I think, you know, a big thing for a label is just like, it's just, in a nutshell, it's kind of like just like making music look cool, like really, and like having, you know, the platform to be able to push it and all that as well. So I'm super happy with the branding. We spent a lot of time on that, making it look like very like trying to, I think visually it like looks how it sounds to an extent, you know.
I love the artwork. Who does all of your artwork actually?
So he's a guy in Australia. We try and keep a lot of stuff like Aussie based. So like a lot of the artists we're signing we're not signing artists, but we're signing music. But a lot of the stuff we're putting out is Aussie music. So
like Badvoid.
I mean, like God, we like on the compilation there was like five Aussies. Yeah, me, Hydraulics. Jaquie's Canadian, but that's
Avance Aussie?
Avance is Australian as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I won't say anything, but we talked to Lee.
Yeah, she's great. I've known her for years. Like, good people. So the artist, he's a guy out of Perth. He's won like awards and stuff. He works heavily with like the Bloody Beetroots.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, throwback.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
1, 2. Woo.
Yeah, but like they're still touring quite a lot, and so he does like all their like art and like stuff, and he works a bunch with like some other Aussie people. He won some awards for like some like he did some like big corporate shit, but I don't know. Yeah, very very cool guy. He like pumps shit out like that, and like he kind of helped design the whole aesthetic.
Yeah.
The logo was my idea, because like we were trying to think of like a way to like have like an S and an M, because like it sounds Mayhem, and then like the idea just kind of clicked to me. I was like, why don't we do like an anarchy logo? Because like when you think of Mayhem, it's like anarchy. So we had like the logo was literally just like an anarchy symbol, but instead of the A, it's an M kind of thing.
Yeah.
I like it.
I don't know where it's like SOM. I don't know.
No, it looks good on the merch that you wear.
Yeah, totally.
Nice. Do you guys sell those?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay.
They're online right now.
Repeat that.
Yeah.
Do you think that the label will ever throw a show?
So that's I think long term, I think that would be a goal. I think we want to like build it up a bit more first. But I think like, trying to do like label takeover, the stage takeovers at festivals could be cool. Even doing our own shows as well. But I think that's a conversation for like at least a year from now, kind of thing. But like, definitely on the cards. Definitely.
Do you work with like Create Music Group to distribute all your music?
No, it's Fuga. So they do like NSD, they do like Subsidia, a whole bunch of other people.
Is it FUGA?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, cool.
I haven't heard of Fuga before.
Yeah,
I thought you learn something new every day.
Yeah, they're really good. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Because I feel like we had like meetings with like I think 5 or 6 different distributors. Create. I mean, I have nothing against Create. Like I've worked with them for 8 years already. But like I feel like in the EDM space they do everyone. So and like we were trying to like maybe trying to step away and like go with someone else that doesn't have every single EDM label kind of thing. Like
right.
So far so good.
Totally get it.
Yeah.
No, that's super cool. What would you say are like just some of the biggest challenges that you've been facing so far with running the label?
I wouldn't say it's a challenge. It's just time consuming, I guess. Like
it really is.
Trying to because like this is like I'm doing like a lot of the work. So I'm essentially A&R, but like I do all the socials as well and like contracting and emails and everything. So it's just time consuming. So I'm kind of glad we're only doing monthly releases right now, because if it was like weekly releases, this would be my full-time job. Like,
oh my God.
And this is like supposed to be like the side thing for me right now because I'm still doing PhaseOne, you know. So
yeah, when Chrissy and I were running Welcome Records, we were pretty much doing weekly releases, and her and I were doing pretty much everything, like from the, contracting the artwork, marketing rollout plans, A&Ring, listening to all the demos in the demos email, and like having weekly meetings of like listening to music together, yes or no, and contract negotiations, like everything. It was it's a lot. And posting on social media and posting on stories every day.
yeah. I mean, it's a lot, but it's fun. It's been a learning experience for sure.
It's really rewarding to be able to help artists reach new supporters. I think that's like the biggest reason we love DUBSTEP FBI is because it's like we could find an artist with 100 followers who makes the best music and music that we love, and then put them on our platform and hopefully get them some new exposure. And
there's so many of those, like especially coming out of the pandemic, like there's always like kids with like 0 following that were just making incredible music. I'm like, what the fuck? Where did you come from? Like,
right? I agree.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I think since then, like everyone's like leveled up like a lot.
Totally.
There's nothing else to do, right? But
yeah. Well, we have so many questions from people.
Right. Hit me.
We're gonna hit you with them. We'll try to make this quick. So, I mean, speaking of the label, it's Chopstick is asking, how do we release with SOM? What would be your rec?
Or where should they send the demos to?
Yeah.
So we have a demos email. It's posted on our website and all that, but it's just demos@soundsofmayhem.com. And you can send me as much music as you want or as little music as you want, but
easy enough.
Yep, that's pretty straightforward.
All right, this one, the real_Ellie Bevo. What are 1 to 5 metal bands you take the most inspiration from in your music?
Metal bands. Well, I think luckily enough, I get to work with like a lot of my favorite metal bands. I mean, like Northlane, like they're Aussie boys. I did Crash and Burn with them. So I think that's like that kind of like new age like metalcore sound is kind of the kind of crossover point that I'm trying to do with EDM. So like bands like Northlane, Era, basically all the bands I've worked with, So, yeah, which is cool because like, it makes sense, I think, sonically. So it was cool. It's cool that they saw that vision and they were keen to work on it with me,
Yeah, that's super cool. You get to work with like people that you used to look up to. You probably still look up to them, but sometimes it's like a pinch me kind of thing. Yeah, totally. Badvoid is asking thoughts on Aussies taking over.
Aussies taking over? Yeah, I'm all about it. I mean, there's so many good Australian producers, and like more and more of them are starting to come to America, which is great.
And you had a bunch of them around you at Lost Lands.
There were so many. I feel like you met a bunch of them.
Yeah, and y'all got me lit.
Don't blame us. Don't blame us.
Okay, I consented to it.
No one made you do a shoey.
A shoey?
No one made me do a shoey, even though I would have for the lore.
I was about to ask, wait, did you actually do a shoey, Chrissy?
Oh, if I did a shoey, you would know.
She would have had to cancel this. It should be in bed sick.
It would still be sick. Yeah, exactly. Ew. So wait, do you do shoeys with used shoes, or is there a fresh shoe?
It's generally someone's shoe. Like they're
good
wearing.
God.
You just kind of you want to hope that it's a slightly new shoe.
That's so gross.
I mean, I think I've done like 3 in my life, and it's always been like on a stage where like the whole crowd is chanting shoey, and you kind of have to do it, otherwise you're gonna get booed. Like being on stage.
Exactly.
So I've done some questionable shoes, and then for my LA show last year, I had Jeannie on support, and we did like this live stream before the show just to promote the show. And we'd had like this competition, and like she lost, so she was like she had to do a shoey with me on stage.
No.
And then I was like, I'm not gonna make you do an actual shoey. So I bought like a fresh pair of shoes for her, and like we drank water out of it.
A fake shoey! Wow, it comes out. Did the crowd know?
Nope.
Wow.
Actors.
It's all smoke and mirrors, baby.
Yep. Welcome to the music industry.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Isn't Audio Freak from Australia? Because I remember seeing a video of him doing one recently at that hard dance show.
It's hostile. I'm not sure. I don't really know that world very well.
Yeah,
probably. It sounds probably.
Yeah.
Next one here. I.toy.bonnie.l. Tips for new dubstep producers.
Don't. Just don't do it.
All right. Podcast is over. Don't do it.
All right. Bye.
Yeah. Signing off. I think like if I had got asked that same question like 5 years ago, my answer would have just been like, just go out and like meet the local promoters and like get known and make everyone like you kind of thing. But like these days, like there's so many more DJs now. Like you know what I mean?
Saturated.
Like literally everyone's a DJ. Like my dog's a DJ. I taught her.
Yeah.
Like,
my dog's a DJ too. So
and everyone's a producer. So it's like, like if everyone's doing the same thing, like how do you stand out? And obviously I think the answer now is just like you like make music, just like just find time trying to find your own sound, even though as hard as that is, but that's kind of it really. Like what else do you do? Unless you become like a Instagram model and then DJ with that. But like
you find a mask that looks cool on the internet.
There's also that, yeah. That's definitely a thing. It works for some people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw lots of masks at summoning clips.
All the rhythm kids.
Oh, cool.
Jack Calvert is asking, how are you so fucking handsome?
He's my friend. just genetics, baby,
Sheesh.
The Aussie genetics.
Jack.
All right. You, Black, favorite band?
I'm gonna say a different thing to what I said last time from that first question. I'm gonna choose a current band. My favorite current band is Sleep Token.
Okay.
And if you know, I don't know if you heard of it, but it's they blew right up over from TikTok over the last year.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say it's metal. It's kind of metal, but it's more like moody, like low tune guitar rock. I don't know.
Sick.
But that guy's voice is like sex. It's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, he's doing numbers on Spotify.
And like their TikTok's insane. Like they're everything. Like they popped. Like a year ago, they had like 200,000 monthly listeners.
Wow.
And now they have over 2 mil. Right?
They have 750,000 followers on Spotify.
Mental.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Where are they based out of?
They're from the UK, London, I think.
Sick.
Yeah, very, very cool.
Okay. One more question and we'll move on to the lightning round, but
put you on the spot.
You know what's coming in there. You already know.
Do I?
Daunter is asking, when approaching labels, what are some things to avoid?
Doing like a copy paste job and like putting the wrong label name in the title.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like that happens. Like,
Yeah.
It happens a lot.
It happened a lot. Yeah.
I'd say like just double check before you press send. That's probably the best bit of advice. But also like only send like your music that you're most like confident with. Like don't just send like 30 random tunes that are like
yeah.
Try not at least have them like mostly finished, like
and tailor it to the sound. Like obviously your label's looking for something different than like Cyclops Records or something.
Of course, yeah. So I mean, you should know what labels music is, and trying to tailor it to that, I guess. Like, yeah,
I agree. Yeah, no, or like those email blasts that you see where it's like you're CC'd in it and there's like 100 other emails in that.
Yeah,
I used to get those all the time with
like,
Welcome Records or like BCC, and you could tell that this was not directly for you.
Yeah. I get really confused when there's like a lo-fi submission. I'm like, it's cool, but like, no.
Do your research, people.
Yeah, or even on DUBSTEP FBI, sometimes like we get a lot of playlist submission requests.
Yeah.
And then we've also gotten like coverage requests for like house music, like DUBSTEP FBI, house music.
No, we got one the other day where they called us the wrong publication name.
Oh, they did. And I called them out on it.
You did?
I did.
Nice.
They're like, we are not this person.
I was like, thanks for submitting this, but we are not XYZ.
Brilliant.
Sorry. All right.
Lightning round. What does this entail?
Oh, we got 9 questions.
And so it's like that?
Yeah, you got to answer right away, like first thing that comes to mind.
Oh, okay.
I'll let Yessie kick it off.
All right, what do we got here? So what's the strangest venue you've ever played at?
A jail.
You played at a jail?
2 different jails, actually. Yeah,
like what?
Like an old abandoned jail.
So that's where the FBI needs to go next.
They're both in Australia, but
okay.
It was actually fucking sick. Like you're in like the green rooms of jail cells. That's cool.
That's actually cool. Okay, that's actually really cool.
They had like 2 stages. One stage was like the main stage was like on like the courtyard, like the what do you call it, where they go to
the like jail yard.
Yeah, the yard with this grass.
the lunch area.
Yeah, whatever they call that. So that was like the main stage. That was like an actual stage. But then the side stage where I played, this is like 10 years ago. But like this, it was like in the jail block, and like it's like a long and like the crowd was in there, and there's like a stage there. It was like and left and right, up and down. There's like jail cells and shit.
Ooh,
that's really sick. Actually,
cool.
Do they still throw shows there? Because we need to go investigate.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, that would be some cool content.
Yeah, it was very cool. I'll try and find you a photo later and send it to you.
Yeah, especially when you're you were upcoming 10 years ago, probably.
Yeah, I think it was like 2014. So yeah, almost 10 years ago.
Sick.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
What is your go-to track for getting pumped up?
Pumped up. Like to work out, or just to get like energetic. Like
your go-to track for just like getting hyped.
I don't know, just feel good.
Getting psyched. Probably like just 80s bangers, like I know, like Take On Me by Aha.
Okay, yes, like, that's a classic.
I don't know. I love 80s music, so
yeah.
That's my answer.
That would get me pumped up too. That's a good track.
Yeah. I don't listen to much like dubstep and stuff outside of doing it. Yeah, I mean for research and stuff, or for like making it, but like not for fun.
Pretty much every artist we've interviewed or talked to, they all say that they don't listen to the music that they make on the side. Like, yeah.
Pretty rarely. I mean, at festivals is different. Like, I'll happily like listen to it at a festival because that's the time you're meant to listen to it. But like outside of that, not so much.
So, who are your EDM / music best friends?
Best friends. My day number one is Hydraulics. I've known him since 2010 or 11. And when I was like first getting into like the scene, he like this is before I was even DJing. I would go out to like with my friends to like the local dubstep gigs or whatever. And he was always like the local guy DJing. And then I started the PhaseOne like SoundCloud account, and like sent him this really awkward message, like on there being like, "Hey, bro, like, oh, I see you around Sydney, love your stuff," and blah 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 blah. And he replied, and he's like, "Yeah, cool, bro." And then like ever since then we became friends, like, and then like,
Aww.
yeah, and then we end up he introduced me to my manager, so we have the same manager still. With yeah. So I don't know. So he's my day number one, but who else is there? I know, like all the Disciple crew, like even though it's kind of disbanded, like we're all still super tight and everything. So yeah.
Love it.
I love his push up remix.
Oh yeah.
Like that's so sick.
Bang.
What is one country that you want to play in?
Fuck. I played in a lot of places, but I want to play in. It's like I've gone everywhere. I don't know. But like, I'm trying to think of places that actually have a dubstep scene because I don't want to go. Yeah. I don't want to play somewhere where there's no scene.
You've played in like Hungary.
Yeah.
You've played in Thailand already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I played in
Iceland. No.
That's so that I want to go to what's it called up in the, like it's not Canada but it is America. No, Alaska. Yeah, my brain wasn't working.
Oh my god.
I want to go to Alaska, not for like not for like EDM or whatever, but like I just want to go there. But there is a festival out there called Salmon Fest.
Salmon Fest? That's so cool. Fest.
Like I had one of my friends play it. He said it was awesome. But like, so I guess that's that. I know it's not a country because it's still America, but like that's one place I haven't been to. I feel like I've been everywhere in America except there, and like I don't know, like Maine, like
Antarctica.
Yeah,
I'm sure the penguins would love it out there.
Yeah, headbanging penguins
and the orcas. The orcas and the walruses, they'll love it.
Yeah.
All right. What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you on stage that you can at least remember?
I remember my like one time I was going too hard and my hat flew off and I like hit the play button on the CDJ, so just stopped the music. And I was like, oh no, sorry, my hat, and press play. I wouldn't say it's embarrassing, it was more funny, but
it happens.
Yeah, I don't think what else. So like my manager, like he used to do this prank on me, and I'd just be like mid set and he'd come up and like spin it back and like get on the mic and make everyone sing me happy birthday, even though it wasn't my birthday. And yeah,
you'd just be all embarrassed, like they don't know it's not my birthday.
Yeah, and he's up there with my singer, so I can't just like grab it off him, like And then I had the great idea because we were at Lost Lands, we were watching Bainbridge do his set. It was like the closing set, and like at that point, everyone's a little bit messy at that point in the night because it was like 4 a.m. or something. Anyway, someone was like, "Oh, we should do the thing that you used to do to me," and like go to him. So then we did the same thing to him at Lost Lands.
No,
and
the birthday thing.
Yeah. So we spun it back and sung. Yeah, and we're like, this could go either way because like he'll either find this really funny or hate us. But luckily, he found it funny. But then for like the next like couple of days, he was getting like birthday messages on Twitter and stuff.
Good way to get engagement.
He's like, "Yeah, great set, man. Also, happy birthday."
I love that. That'd be a funny TikTok.
Totally. Yeah, we should. I don't know if he filmed it. I can't remember. But whatever.
What is your pre-show routine?
I like to get to the venue like with like probably like at least an hour to spare just to like settle in, like like I generally have a few friends at most shows, hang out with them, maybe have a couple of beers or something. I try and do some stretches if I remember, because I've got a bad back, so I try and like just limber up a little bit, but like that's kind of it.
Get
really.
loose.
Yeah, get loose. That's kind of
Drink
it.
some
Really.
tequila.
Yeah.
I am a tequila boy. I do love my
Oh, yeah.
tequila.
We're tequila girls.
You know that.
Proven.
I bet y'all were slurping down the tequila at Lost Lands.
To say the least on Friday night.
Many a tequila was drunk.
Yeah.
Love that. All right. So 2 more questions.
All right.
Pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
Not bad. So who are some upcoming artists who you think deserve more recognition?
I like Deviate. I like I think he is getting recognition, but Automate. He's definitely getting recognition, but like he's very talented. I think he's like, I don't say like Space Laces level, but like he's on like that kind of tip of like, production where people are like, oh, like, but like I feel like he's already getting the recognition. So just give him a couple more years.
Yeah, he's cracked.
Beast Boy is really good. Beast Boy is really sick.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think who else. God, there's so many like people coming up right now. Yeah, there's probably 10 more I can think of, but I can't like.
Got to pull up the SoundCloud and look.
Yeah, like, who do I follow?
Yeah, those guys are really strong.
Jaquee, but like he's also getting recognition. Yeah.
The boy.
All right, last question. This is gonna be the hardest question, to be honest. Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, no.
Muerte, Jaquee, or Funkcase?
Fuck. This is so tough. I'll marry Funkcase because he's like my age, so he's a bit more distinguished, and like I feel like he'd be like a good husband.
Hubby material for sure.
Yeah, I think so. Jaquee, I'd just kill him because he's a nuisance.
Kill him off.
And I guess I'd fuck Muerte because he's got those. Yeah, he's a good looking bloke.
There you go.
Yeah, sweet. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the pod.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, no, you're super busy right now and probably tired from tour and everything, but
it's all good.
Hopefully we get to catch you out here in Denver soon. Or
yeah, I don't know when it's going to be, but I'm sure something will come up.
Yeah.
It always
we
does.
are the bass capital, so I'd be surprised if you didn't come back in the next year.
Oh yeah, I'll be back probably twice in the next year, but yeah, easily.